Hello, this is Trevor. Today we're working on another request smuggling lab in PortSwigger's Web Security Academy. This time we are obfuscating the TE header. Involves front end and back end. Two servers handle duplicate HTTP request headers in different ways. Front end rejects anything that's not GET or POST. And then we need to solve it by doing gpost again. All right, so obfuscating TE header, and they handle duplicate HTTP headers in different ways. So that kind of tells us what we're looking for. If we go to the cheat sheet and then types here, we've got this section for TE. And if we look, there is one that has duplicate headers. So I'm assuming this is what we're going to use. Let's give it a shot. Let me pull this up. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I would appreciate that. And let's pull this guy up and go to, let's make sure we're using burp. We are. Send it, and then proxy HTTP history. We'll get that one. Send it to repeater. And so we're going to use this, and one of them will handle this differently. So the way I see it, we have two options, right? We have CLTE and TE.CL with duplicate in both, right? We've done both of these, so let's pull up Vim basic. No. LS Vim Lab Basic CLTE. And in this one, we sent like this. So let's try this first. Post, host, transfer encoding chunked. Here we're going to put both. And then we'll put the correct content length. And the body is going to be 0. We're not going to use G because I don't want to solve it, but essentially this is what we're going to do. Let me copy this and go to repeater, paste it terribly, but let's change this to post and delete all of this and this. And delete this. That was a super lame idea, Trevor. Whoops. There. And then what the heck? Content length chunked. We want this to be the correct length. And then, that was such a dumb thing to copy that whole thing over. Sorry. We want this to be the correct length. I'll just put 1 for now. Blank line, we want 0. And then we want, what do we want? 0. Blank line, and then we're not going to use G because I don't want to solve it. I'll use X. Content length needs to be correct. So we've got 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8. And then chunked, and then we also want transfer encoding with X, like what we saw here. Okay. Let's send this twice and see if we get X post. 8. Let me make sure I counted this right. Copy. We need to go here, and we'll do IPython. We'll do length of this dot encode 4 plus I gotta figure out a better way to dot encode plus 2, so it should be 6 because we need /r/n, so it should be 6. Oh crap, it did get updated automatically to 6. All right, that did not work. Proxy error, connection timed out. Okay, let's try the other one, which is the TECL. And that's this one. So in this, we did... What did we do? So here's the body. Calculated that length. And when we created request... So the content length... All right. Content length is something different. The TE length is everything. Content length is incorrect when we're doing this, and the TE length is correct. So we'll leave that. We'll put, do we need a blank line? No. Right? TE length, oh, it does have a blank line. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry. Body. Okay. Body will be X post /HTTP/1.1. And then we need a way for the next request. So we need a blank line. And we want the next request to land right there. But we need this to be 0, right? Boo. Yeah, right there. And then we need 2 like that. So this will be our body. And then we need, and the content length will be probably 4 because we only wanted to cover this first line. Right now it's 3, but I'm assuming this is going to be more than 16 characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then end. So this has got to be 20, which is 1, 4 in hex. And then that makes this line 4 because we got 1, 2 plus the carriage return line feed. Okay. That looks okay to me. Let's send it. Internal server error. So we messed up somewhere. We got this. Transfer link chunked. What do we want? Boom. We want to just count this stuff when determining the length. So we want to copy this, go here and do boom, 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 dot encode. All right. And then we can length this. $17 plus 1 is 18, not 20. I gotta figure out how to count these better. So 18 would be 1, 2. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah, we got it. All right. So 1, 2. Why is it 1, 2? And that's because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But it's only counting 18. Why is that? It's not counting the blank line. Why not? All right. Well, it works. It counts the carriage return here, but not the next carriage return to go to this line. Whatever. I got to figure that out eventually. But so this is how we're going to solve this one. We're going to, and the way it's working is that I assume the front end is seeing duplicate headers and ignoring them, forwarding it onto the back end. The back end uses transfer encoding and, right? Or no, the other way around. So the front end sees transfer encoding chunked and sends the whole thing. The back end sees transfer encoding header twice, ignores them, and uses content length, which means that only this is seen as the first. Everything else is saved in the buffer for the next one. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. So let's obfuscating TE header. Vim T header.py. Let's start with the template. And then we're going to need to steal some stuff from the last lab, which was TECL. Probably, I mean, everything, right? We need this stuff for sure. We should have just started with that one. And let's take all of this. All right, we need to import RE, SSL, and socket. Import RE, import SSL, import socket. Okay. Now we need to add transfer encoding X, content length. Let's check the body. gpost. We don't need this foo here. And we're going to add this to make it a blank line. TE length is going to be calculated. Blank line, body, carriage return 0, and then a blank line after the 0. I think this works. As is. I mean, we changed this line and we removed the foo here, which we didn't need in the first place, but okay, let's try it. Control D, yes. we want to go here, here, Python, obfuscating TE header, paste. Let's send it. Woohoo! We got it. Pretty awesome. Let's check the banner, and then we'll just do a quick review. Come on. There we go. All right. So I like that we're printing this out. It makes it easy to go over. So in this challenge, it's stated in the instructions that we are obfuscating the TE header, right? So we knew we had to use the transfer coding. It also said that there was and the two servers handle duplicate HTTP request headers in different ways. So looking at our cheat sheet for TET, we know that this one is duplicated, right? We use that to create a request that when viewed by the front end would see, what would the front end see? It would see it would handle both perfectly fine, right? So it would prefer transfer encoding over content length, and it would see transfer encoding chunked. It would use that. It would see, chunked is 12, so it would go to here, 0, cool, everything's copacetic with the front end. It sends it on. Now the back end receives it and sees two transfer encoding headers and says, oh crap, I'm not equipped to handle a request when there's two headers, duplicate headers. So I'm going to ignore them. So it's like these don't exist. It sees the content length headers and says, oh yeah, I can deal with that. Sees the content length as 4, which means it's just going to pick up this line and save everything else in the buffer. The next request comes along and it gets attached right here. So this will be 0, get whatever, and says, in fact, can we post? We don't see the results of the second. We do see it right here. So it gets tacked on right here, but that's in the body of this the request that starts here. So it's like a body parameter, or just data in the body of that post. And so then the backend processes this request, which is the post data and that buffer stuff, or the buffer stuff and the new request as one, and responds with unrecognized method gpost, and then we get the solve. Sweet. All right. Well, I hope I did a good job explaining that. If you have any questions, as always, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.